is representing the AIWF, the Allied Independent Wrestling Federations. He's in for quite a 2016 with two big events and many of the other organizations they are working with. I'm joined with Matt Classic. He's with me right now. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Glad to be on, Kenny.
Thank you so much, Matt, for your time. I know you've been very busy spreading the word on AIWF. I look forward to hearing what you guys are all about. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So I was just reading the Facebook page of AIWF, which I recently just liked, by the way, and I noticed that AIWF has been on for over 2 decades. So
Yeah.
for those that just now starting to be familiar with AIWF, is talk about the company and how did it all got started.
Well, it got started. A man named Dean Puckett. He started the IWF in 1992. He's still our acting president as of today. They ran in Mount Airy, North Carolina, where our home base still is. And it just evolved from there. They began running shows in Virginia, Tennessee, West Virginia. And I would say about 10 years ago now, I guess it's been, we turned into a sanctioning body, and we've got to the point we're at now with 78 promotions in 30 states and 8 countries.
That's awesome, man, and it's definitely become one of the biggest names when it comes to the indie wrestling scene. And there has been wrestling companies that don't last long, but for you guys to last 20 years definitely shows the fan base that you guys have and the talented wrestlers that's that has been inside those rings throughout the years. Like, what's it like having that longevity for AIWF, man?
Yeah, we've had 24 years of some great names coming our rings. Ricky Morton, Sergeant Craig Pittman, Buddy Landau, who's actually going to the Hall of Fame coming up here in January. He was a former champion and wrestled many AIWF shows. Recently, we got some great talent like Mr. Damian Wayne. Him and Lodi have been feuding throughout the Atlantic region. And, yeah, we got some great stuff.
So AIWF has partnered with a lot of great companies throughout the years. An announcement was recently made that you guys have partnered with EPWE Wrestling, which is located in India.
In India, yes.
So let's talk about that.
Well, EPWE, they're using a lot of talent from the former Rah Rah King organization, which I believe was co-owned by TNA at one point. But Rah Rah King, EPWE, they're going to be using a lot of the talent from Rah Rah King. They're going to be using a lot of talent from my pal Mark Bill's promotion in South Africa. Also, as I posted today, he met with the Great Khali, so you might be seeing the Great Khali on their event.
Yeah, I just seen the picture, and yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's about
Yeah,
7'4", I believe.
yeah, and wow, just larger than life he looks like in that picture there. Uh, so you got this guy by the name of Damian Wayne. He's your current world champion right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
Damian Wayne, he's a great talent. He was very successful in the NWA prior to coming to the AIWF. Damian Wayne, he just landed in Puerto Rico today. He has a big defense against Barreto down in San Juan, Puerto Rico, coming up Saturday.
that is awesome. Shout out to Damian Wayne. Also, the cruiserweight champion James Anthony, also in Puerto Rico as well. And then you got the world cruiserweight champion Kevin Phoenix, who just recently completed his tour in England. Um, Clearly, AIWF, the beauty of AIWF is that it opens more doors for the talent to go all over the country and go overseas. So
Yeah,
you being part of AIWF and seeing these wrestlers develop in AIWF and now internationally, how's that make you feel to see these talent spread out all over the
It
world.
makes me feel great that we have partners working together all over the world. I think we got some of the best talent out there. I mean, you look at our current champions, Damian Wayne. I mean, he's been around a while. He's a great wrestler. Kevin Phoenix, he's very entertaining. He had a very successful one-week tour of the United Kingdom with some of our partners over there, including HCW, EBW, and a few others. We got our tag team champions, the Legion. They're up out of Michigan. They're two big old boys, about 6'4", 300 pounds each. Our women's champion, Leanne, up in Connecticut, she's doing great. We also have a vacant American title right now, which we're hoping to crown on December 19th in a big battle royal in Blue Ridge, Georgia at Deep Southern Championship Wrestling. And then we got the big AIWF TV title tournament coming to February 6th to Albany, Georgia at the historic Albany Theater. And we're going to be taping that for TV, which will air on the CW Georgia Bama. And that covers 26 counties in the Georgia and Alabama market.
One of the things I like the most about AIWF is the championship rankings. It definitely lets people know who's on the come up, who's on the rise, and who's on the contention. And what I'm curious about is how is the criteria to determine who ends up in these rankings? Is it based on wins? Is it based on anything particular?
Well, wins are going to play a big part in it. Having a regional title, it definitely helps. That's what we're looking for. Who's the best around our organization? And it's subjective, as any ranking is subjective. But I mean, we're looking at the best talent. We're saying, hey, look what he's doing over here. He deserves to be a contender. Maybe he can get him a shot. And it changes every week. We do it weekly. So I mean, it's a continuing revolving door. With 78 promotions, you can just imagine the amount of talent around the organization at this point.
With the year 2015 starting to wind down, do you have a favorite AIWF moment in 2015? It could be a match, it could be a storyline angle, anything particular. Do you have a favorite moment of AIWF in 2015?
In 2015, it was a great year for the AIWF. I enjoyed the Crazy Eight. It's our annual cruiserweight tournament. It was won by Shinron, who he's doing big things in Chikara right now. If you follow that, he's a great high-flying acrobatic talent. He's also toured the world. He's been all over South America and such. My favorite match per se was in West Virginia when Justin Overstreet and Damian Wayne fought for the world belt, and that's the night Damian Wayne won the belt. So I mean, he's had the belt coming up here on 8 months. So, I mean, he's been a fighting champion. He's been beating up people left and right. And him and Justin Overstreet, they had a heck of a match. You can find that on YouTube if you look it up.
That's awesome. And again, kudos to AIWF for showing people that AIWF is successful, has a strong fan base. How would you got fans, they be all cool and calm and quiet, and then they got the rowdy, over-the-top, crazy fans. You attending shows and all, how would you best describe the fan base for AIWF?
I mean, the AWF, we got some rowdy fans. We've been known for that over the years. But, I mean, I've been to AWF shows probably in 10 states this year alone. So, I mean, you see a wide variety. I mean, most of our shows are getting at least, a couple hundred people a show. And, I mean, you've seen everything from little kids to the old lady. Funny incident happened in West Virginia this year. We got a wrestler by the name of Ty Tyson. He started wearing a construction helmet after an elderly gentleman in West Virginia hit him with his cane. Yeah. He just popped him in the head with his cane. And so the fans, they like to call him Builder Bob now. So, but he wears it because he got hit with a cane in West Virginia in the head.
Yeah, that's going to leave a mark. The cane, it may not look dangerous until it's in the wrong hands or on the right hands for that matter. So keep your distance, boys and girls. That cane is deadly.
Yeah, but I mean, we have some great fans. I mean, we love to interact with our fans. I mean, we get messages to our AWF Facebook comments every day. I mean, I read those and I check them out, and good or bad, I mean, it definitely plays in your mind for your future. You have to listen to your fans.
I mean, that's definitely very interesting. You know, there are some owners or presidents or bookers. You know, they do want to hear the input as far as what they want to see more of, or what they want to see less of, or things like that. What's the question I want to ask is, what is the most popular thing you hear from fans as far as, oh, I want to see more of this or this wrestler or anything that stands out?
I mean, like I said, the rankings, they're subjective. I mean, we get positives and negatives about them every week. They
Hmm.
want to see their favorite guy move up or get that title shot finally. We see also they tell us what towns, and we try to reply, we'll be in this town in this year for sure. Other towns, we may look at it and talk to our partners and be like, well, hey, we got some fans talking about this town. Not that far from you. You might want to go in there. And that's how actually a couple federations of ours have expanded into new areas because of the fans.
Okay, grew up. Considering that I do live in Kentucky, does AIWF have any partnerships with any of the companies there?
Yes, in Kentucky, we work with Kentucky's Own Wrestling that's down in a little town called Somerset, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm definitely.
KPW, they've probably been around at least 15 years.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm definitely familiar with them. I have some friends there. I've interviewed some of the wrestlers before, so I'll definitely keep that in mind if y'all two have a combo show in the works or something like that. So I'm definitely cool with those people. KZW, shout out to them. Shout out to Michelle Myers,
Yeah, Michelle and
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk. Yeah, good
Yeah.
guys, good people.
So 2016 is coming up. You have any goals as far as more shows or more talent that you want to put out there for next
Well,
year?
I think our goal, if possible, I want to see my belts defended as much as possible. Our organization's belts, I want to see those belts defended. I want to see some more great talent come into the AIWF. I mean, we just had the Tokyo Monster Cahagas coming into the AIWF. He just started. He's a former NWA Triple Crown champion. He's been all over the world. We keep getting more and more talent wanting to come into the AIWF, and that's always a good sign to me.
Definitely going to keep an eye of AIWF. They are on Facebook under AIWF Wrestling. Just type the name on the search and their name should pop up, and click on that like. Support your local indie wrestling companies, and definitely support AIWF. They're doing big things. And who knows, they may be coming to a show near you. So keep an eye on that Facebook page for all the details. I noticed that you already got some shows lined up for 2016. You got one on February the 5th, Friday Night Fights. And then you got another show, the 7th, joining forces with MCW for Lethal Lottery.
Yeah, we got a big lethal lottery coming up with talent from around the AIWF coming in. It should be a good night. We'll be in Pikesville, Tennessee. They just converted over an old sweater factory. So, I mean, we're ready for that. February 6th, we'll be down in Albany, Georgia, the historic Albany Theater down there for our big AIWF TV title tournament. It'll air on Go Fight Live as well as on over the air on the CW Georgia Bama, which covers the majority of Georgia and Alabama. So we're looking forward to that and establishing that new belt and getting it rolling and getting people more TV time.
That's definitely cool, man. And not only y'all doing big things on this indie scene, but you're getting that television press as well. So, the more the merrier. Whatever y'all can do to get the word out on AIWF is definitely meaningful and helpful. So again, man, 2 decades of dominance and respectability and just uh, well received if you will. I've always give kudos for people that started something small and then worked their way up. And I give kudos to you, Matt, and I give kudos to the entire AIWF promotion and the wrestlers past and present for help making AIWF what it is. And as a fan, not just of professional wrestling, but a fan of indie pro wrestling, I give mad respect to you and everyone involved with AIWF. It's people like you guys that makes wrestling worth supporting and worth spending $5, $10, $15 to go to these shows and see these wrestlers, male and female, go out there, perform, put their bodies on the line just to entertain us fans.
Yeah, support indie wrestling. I mean, nothing's like it. I mean, if you've never been, nothing's like it. Trust me. Like, you're going to get addicted from the get-go. But, I mean, we just want to leave a good impression for the next generation. Like I said, 2 decades, 24 years, that's pretty damn good, if I'd say myself. But, you know, we're looking hopefully for another 25 years, you know. And we definitely want to support and get the best talent out there and have some great shows across the country, across the world. And I mean, we thank you for being on this show, and that's what it takes. You gotta grind it out day by day, and get seen, get heard. You know, you never know when somebody's gonna hear about your company.
That's absolutely true. 2 more questions I got for you before I let you go.
Okay.
Has there been a dream match that you want to see on AIWF, but it hasn't happened yet, or was it close to happening but things fell through?
Damian Wayne, Jack Dang. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, that's definitely still some thought into it. Just a matter of the availability, and who knows? You know what they say in the wrestling business: never say never.
Never say never.
So, and my last question is for people that wants to learn more from you and your involvement with AIWF. Why don't you go ahead, promote your own links, like your Facebook, Twitter, or any other links people need to know.
Oh yeah, you can reach me through the IWF Facebook. 'Cause I get all those messages anyway. At IWF Wrestling on Facebook. You can contact us through our website at IWF.net. And, you know, we'll usually be back to you within 24 hours.
That's good. And what I like about Facebook added that part is that they let people know when they've been able to respond to you. I really like that feature on Facebook. So Mark Zuckerberg, good job on that. Just thought I'd point that out. Mad Classic, great chatting with you. Continued success with AIWF. Congrats to 2 decades. And keep it rolling, man. Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks so much, Kenny. Thank you for having us on, and we look forward to coming back. And thank you to all the fans out there. Everybody have a nice night. Thanks so much.
You too, man. You